Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to you divine souls watching today's satsang. Today we will be covering Sutra number 13 of the Raja Yoga Sutras of sage Patanjali, commentary by Swami Jyotirmayananda and narration by Swami Nikhilananda. So Sutra number 13 is, we are on the Samadhi Pad, which is the first section of the Raja Yoga Sutras. Sutra number 13 says, Tatra sthitau yatno abhyasaha. We'll repeat. Tatra sthitau yatno abhyasaha. Tatra means of these, sthitau, steadiness. Yatno is continuous effort and abhyasa is practice. So practice, what does it mean? The sutra means that practice is the repeated effort to secure the steadiness of the modifications of the mind. This sutra is of abhyasa, and practice is so important that sage Patanjali has repeated it. He brought it up in 12, where he said, Sutra number 12, where he said abhyasa and vairagya, practice and dispassion are needed. And here he reminds us, why are you practicing? Why should you be doing repeated practice with your self-effort? Because you have to secure the steadiness of the mind. Mind is extremely unsteady, and therefore it keeps thinking and jumping from one thought to the other. So the plan here is to train our mind and make it think what we want it to think, give it a direction, and also to reduce the number of thoughts so it can become steady. That is what we call abhyasa. So whatever we are studying, this is an extremely profound study of the Sanatana Dharma scripture. And so just like if you are studying theory of swimming, the fundamental essential is that you practice it in water. So while we are sharing these profound shlokas with you, sutras with you, after this, the homework is for you to practice these things by yourself, on yourself, by doing meditation, waking up in the morning, doing all these things. And don't worry, I will take you sutra by sutra for this whole scripture, and I'm also making a playlist for those who would want to see all the videos and different verses or sutras to quickly to catch up if they have missed anything. So all you need to do is just be firm and determined and enjoy this journey. And if you have any questions, suggestions, please feel free to contact me. You can leave a comment and I will be sure to follow up. So in this case, this is what it is, that we are a creature of our habits, and if we have to change something, we have to do it for almost 8 weeks every single day without a break. And this is what I suggest. Wake up in the morning between the hours of 3:30 and 6 and spare maybe 30 minutes for this profound investment in this time on yourself. If you are able to even close your eyes and chant a simple mantra or do some meditation, and this book will guide you beautifully, you will make progress in every dimension of your life. I think we have stated that before, but here we are going for God realization, which is an extremely worthy goal to go after. Otherwise we keep circulating in the cycle of life and death. And that's why Sanatana Dharma is so profound, where sages, saints, and so many spiritual people have devoted their lives on this particular aspect, this dimension. So even in the worldly things, see, just to get a little bit of skill, to learn swimming, to learn a musical instrument, to learn computer programming, how much effort is required, and how much discipline is required. So what to speak of the spiritual dimension, which of course gives you joy, and it can totally change your personality. All the vices start to reduce and the virtues start to grow, but you have to have patience. So in this sutra, this term abhyasa is used to control the mental modifications. Remember, we talked about the three gunas: sattva, purity; rajas, activity; and tamas, inertia. So when the mind goes from happy to sad, when we think of suddenly a bad memory, we change, our face changes, our health changes, our expressions change, and therefore these are the modifications that the mind is going through. And therefore, to know and keep the mind in a steady state of sattva is what the practice of meditation is initially, and then eventually even sattva transcends and you go higher. But if you are very new, tamas and rajas, which is inertia and activity, of course bother us. That's why we are so restless in the initial stages and we can't focus effectively. But that's okay. That's still, if you stick through the process, that will go away, and that is a good sign that you are now on the path of spiritual progress. So sage Patanjali declares there is no need to be discouraged, because a lot of people give up meditation just because they tried for a little while and then they say, oh, I can't keep my mind steady. But that is a big mistake. So he says, by the practice of repeated effort, one can gain mastery over even the turbulent mind. So this is what we have to have faith in these holy scriptures, and then in these sages and saints who have devoted their lives to give us this nectar. And we are so fortunate, and all we have to do is follow these with faith and devotion and our self-effort, and we are sure to reap these dividends that will accrue to us. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.